I know. Oh man, always, and I know. I think I've said this on the podcast before. In middle school, one of my friends, I was in 6th grade math, and one of my friends and we got D's on our report card in math. And Kevin was sweet. He was the cutest boy in class, and he took his report card up to our teacher, and he said, "I got a D. There's no way I should have gotten a D." And she looked at his report card, and she looked at him. She's like, "Oh, you're right, Kevin. You're right. I do have the wrong grade here." And I was like, "All right, then." So I go up to the desk. I'm like, "I got a D. There's no way." She's like, "Now, Tandaway, you wouldn't want me to lie, would you?"
Damn.
You did that for Kevin Alex.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, man.
Now send Kevin back up here.
That's what you should have did. You should have sent Kevin to go on your behalf.
I didn't know how to use pretty. I didn't know how to use good looking back then. See, you can either be good looking or know how to manipulate and use it.
You got options, right? You got options. There's lanes you can go to get what you want. One is attractiveness, one is money, one is force, one is quote unquote manipulation or charming, right? If you're attractive, all of them are probably weighted differently too, right? Depending on who you are. So, and my thing, I think I found out like early on too, this girl can do whatever she wants because everybody in this area wants to be with her. She's going to quote unquote get all the candy from all the boys, or this boy is going to get all the candy from all the girls, all that kind of stuff. It happens, but things change too.
So I get. So what's our argument? That R. Kelly was if he were just a little bit more attractive, then I'm sorry.
You might be able to get away with
I don't know.
I want to hear from Amici. I haven't heard from Amici yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we've covered a lot of ground here. To add to something Antoine said a bit earlier, I was listening to something on like BBC Radio a few months ago, or maybe last year, where they were talking about, does the composer affect the music, that topic, and a guy had listened to this piece of instrumental music and kind of his friend just played for him. He's like, "Oh, it's not bad. I kind of like it." And then after he had listened to it, his friend told him, "Oh, that was written by Charles Manson." And then he said he listened to it again, and he just like couldn't do it. And he said, "Oh no, it's an instrumental piece of music. There's no words, there's no I don't know. But yeah, just by hearing that, it changed his mind about this these notes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's weird how that works. And yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, and it is. It's also weird that we sort of keep this only for art and not other things
like politics.
Just say, a guy one day showed up and was like, I killed cancer, everybody! I killed cancer! Yay! He killed cancer. How do you do it? Well, I made a serum and I tested it on people who didn't know I was testing on them, and I kidnapped all these homeless people, and I snuck into a hospital and jabbed people with my serum, and it worked. He did all these horrible things. Some of them died, but it's fine. I cured cancer, yay! Would we not use that serum, or would we use it?
They would probably kill that dude and then tell him that they made it and erase all of the things that they said he said he just did. That's what it would be.
That's what they would want to do.
Yeah.
But
that's what they would want.
That becomes a bloody game at some point.
I mean, I'm sure it's happened before. I'm sure they had whack dudes and be like, we can't let them know who made this.
Yeah. But yeah, it's weird to me that we reserve it just for art and nothing
That's
else.
True.
Basically.
Very interesting argument too, right? Mm-hmm. It's something that has a voluntary engagement we criticize people so heavily on there. You know, it's kind of like the drugs argument, right? You're kind of policing people for choosing what to put in their body, and the response it gets once it's in their body is you are judging, you know, an artist who you have a voluntary engagement with, right? You know, it's very interesting, man. And I'm glad you shared that point of view. Anybody listening to the podcast, share us your comments. Whose argument do you like the best? It doesn't matter. CTUN wins all in all, and the family wins as well. But we would love to hear your thoughts on that matter. What do y'all think about Pepe Le Pew? You think Pepe gonna get his day?
I think I saw him on a recent episode, like a recent Looney Tunes episode.
They modified his
modified a little bit. Yeah, I saw just a little clip of it, but in it, like for some reason, Bugs was about to get married to Lola, and then Lola went back to Pepe as like her old boyfriend or something.
Oh, Lord.
Bugs at the altar.
Oh Lord!
So he's still
Lola with Pepe. Bugs, I would be having cold feet, man. I would literally have cold feet.
I heard on the radio this morning they were talking about analyzing or being critical of the Destiny's Child's lyrics to Cater to You. They were going on and on about that this morning on the radio, and like, oh, those are if we're talking about stuff, then we really need to examine, you know, those lyrics.
What was the issue over the lyrics?
I guess just the fact that, I mean, it was all about catering to a guy and all of this stuff and etc. But yeah, that was a discussion on the radio this morning.
Well, I'm not a part of the
show with three guys.
Hey, I like Beyonce. I've been a fan for a long time. I'm not a part of the Beehive because that sounds crazy and cultish. But it literally, they say, this is your day. Like, I'm doing this because this is your day, right? Women have a problem with having a day that a woman will do this, say these things to their man. Like, what's crazy about that? Would you want the flip side to be
telling you what the argument was. I mean,
doesn't the flip side happen? I feel like there's hundreds of songs where guys are talking about all the things they'll do for their woman.
Mm-hmm. And no one argues, man, look at this dude here talking about all the things.
We got to talk about these lyrics.
Man. But what is your point? What is your argument? I mean, what was your opinion?
I didn't have any. I thought, that song was probably written by a man. I don't see the problem with it. A man probably said it.
So you don't think
sounds like a fantasy.
You don't think a man, you don't think that they wrote that song? You don't think a woman could mean those words to a man?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I mean, it's the human.
It's a fantasy. Well, you said it's a fantasy.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. I mean, it's possible. I mean, it's not an impossible fantasy. It's just somebody's
I got you.
Likely a man's fantasy of you know, a woman's behavior, either one time or all the time. And it's not very far from some societal expectations of woman behavior. Oh, here we getting into this again. I was just trying to talk about lyrics, but no, it's you know, I don't know. I just thought it's probably written by man. Have y'all seen what's the show? I just watched a bunch of it. They ran it on E. Something FiveEVA Girls, FiveEVA. Is like a spoof. Really, it's pretty funny. Kind of a spoof about this all girls band getting back together many years later when they're all so much older and kind of washed out, etc. But anyway, so they were singing their famous songs, and their manager, and they broke away from their manager, so their manager blocked their Instagram feed of them doing these lives singing their songs, because these were all of the songs that they sang under contract with him. So they were trying to write new songs, and they wrote something, and you know, a lot of it sounded like the old stuff, and they were like, wait a minute, why are we singing about this kind of thing? And it was really, you know, humorously off base, but very similar to that kind of, cater to you type of deal, or all of this stuff about them as women and what they would do for men, or how men were so much better than them. And then they realized that their music had been written by men all of those years. And so it just made me think about that when I heard the Destiny's Child thing this morning. I was like, I'm probably written by a man too.
There was a song I don't know Patrice O'Neal used to sing on his podcast that was like kind of what you're saying. It was like it was an older song. Let me see if I can look it up. But it was basically like
I'll try to look it up. You keep.
It was like, I don't care what you do as long as you come home to me, or kind of thing, right? And that makes a lot of sense if you're like, what woman would write a song where she would subjugate herself to it? What is the song? Was
that the SOS band?
Yeah, it's Just Be Good to Me.
Just Be Good to Me. I don't care about no other girls. Just be good to me.
Good to me.
And that's a good song that you don't want to be singing and be like, wait a second. Nah, I can't be. Yeah, that's what we've been singing and touring for the last 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And there are men. I think the thing is, there are obviously, now the internet has started to democratize communities. There is a community of men who probably, like you said, is the audience for that music, right? Kevin Samuels, people that probably listen to that. One woman that's like, listen, I know you're a high value man. Just be good to me, and that's how they get off, right? If there was a woman who, challenged that in any way, they would have to argue, masculinity and dominance, right? And I mean, the simple thing about that, right? They did a study on apes. I want to say the chimpanzees, and they showed that the ones that became the longest in leadership roles were not the most aggressive or violent ones. They were the ones that had the most diplomatic skills, as well as they were decent fighters, so they could make all the women and children like them, so that when it's time to attack the big violent dude, everybody like, well, fuck that dude, let's beat up him, and they jump in and kill him. And then this guy raises the power, and now he gets to be the king of the apes for 10 years until he dies, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But what does that say, right? Like, fittest survive, right? You don't have to be the most dominant horn bull in a society where things are agile and quick. Flexibility, in my opinion, should be one of the biggest things valued in a person, because things are changing, right? Not, can we take this back to the 40s and 50s when the man was slapping a woman, telling him to shut the hell up, get in there and cook. Niggas don't even really be eating home cooked meals that often anymore. The fuck are y'all talking about, right? What, you want them to get in there and go order some DoorDash for me? Shut the fuck up, man. Stupid. It's stupid. For the guys that actually hold that in their mind. So, and I mean, yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get down that rabbit hole. I got a scene though. We cut to a husband talking to his wife after a long day of work. Shelly, I just got out of work. 12 hours. And when I committed to my life to you, all I thought I was going to at least get was a home cooked meal. You're doing way too much DoorDashing and Uber Eats. I'm not married to Uber Eats. I'm not married to DoorDash. I'm married to Shelly Miles. Shelly Miles need to stop DoorDashing and start dashing in here in this kitchen and using some of that dash seasoning on some of the food or something. I'm sorry I had to say that. I know we didn't have a long day. I just had to speak my mind.
Okay, thank you. What'd you say? I'm sorry, I was just ordering some DoorDash. They got a special Korean barbecue. You love Korean barbecue. How was your day?
You was literally What did I tell you about putting them AirPods in your ear all day? I don't know when the hell you're on the phone. I don't know when you're doing nothing. I just poured my heart out to you. You weren't even listening.
Now look at you getting all worked up and angry. You know what's going to make you calm down? Some of that Korean barbecue when it gets here. You know how you love Korean barbecue. That's just going to make everything. How was your day? How was work?
It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. All right.
What happened?
A lot of shit. People, they got a dude who just get away with everything, smoke weed in the office. But what do I got to do? I make one mistake and they threaten to fire my ass. You know, so I want to come home, have my wife, you know, maybe ready for some food and maybe some intimacy, you know, and then that's
why I DoorDash, so that I can spend more time preparing for the intimacy. If I have to cook and do both, then I'm just gonna be average at both, maybe. But
goddamn, how long it take you to prepare for the intimacy? What you need, a whole 2-hour break or something? We just talk about putting some food on the stove. That's all.
That's not how cooking works. You don't just buy stuff from the groceries and throw it on the stove. You have to prepare. You got to research recipes. You have to make sure you have all the ingredients for the recipe. And if you don't, then you're going back to the store to get more stuff. John, I don't want to talk about it. One of the things we never really discussed is how my mother abandoned our family because she kept forgetting things from recipes and she kept going back to the store. And one day she just had it and she never showed up. So I vowed from that moment on that I would not prepare a meal.
All right, I'm sorry.
Because you never know.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
We cut to John's office the next day. Is a bunch of them kind of standing around in an office. It's kind of that Mad Men style. They're all in suits, holding glasses of whiskey. And then my wife started rubbing my feet as I was watching TV. Let me tell you, it's just what a man needs after a hard day of work.
Yeah, sounds pretty normal.
Just another Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just another Tuesday.
How were your evening, gentlemen?
Oh, I mean, mine was good. My wife didn't rub my feet, but she rubbed my shoulders as I was watching a baseball game.
So, I was watching the game too.
Hey, gentlemen, I'm gonna use the restroom for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You just got a fresh glass. You already going to the restroom?
You do this all the time, man. It's just a glass. Let me go in the restroom.
We want to hear about that dinner that your wife was going to cook. You were telling us about it.
Yeah, you know what? I need to go to the restroom too. Why don't we just all go to the restroom?
You know what? Let's all go. I'll put my break down.
Take a break together.
Let's walk and talk. Let's walk and talk.
Yeah, so, John, you were saying about...
Yeah. Man. I mean, excuse y'all. I might have to pick up speed a little bit. No. I really got to pee.
You're holding it.
I really got to hold it for
like... I just got some cardio in as well. Let's pick this up.
Yeah, I just got these new shoes, and my feet are very relaxed. So I have no problem going a little faster.
Okay,
but,
great.
Yeah. All right, guys. Jeez. All right, guys. Listen. All right. I don't have to pee.
Oh.
My wife has been automating everything at our house, so I haven't been able to. I mean, she don't cook anymore. She DoorDashes. She don't sweep anymore. She got an iRobot vacuum. She don't rub my feet. We got these little shoes you stick your feet in and you turn them on and they massage your feet. My wife ain't touched me in a year. All this goddamn technology.
Goddamn technology. That's why we're an old-fashioned agency, John. That's why we still use typewriters. That's why we smoke in the office.
But the days are kicking my ass doing all this typewriting shit, man. My hands be cramping. Don't y'all ever want to just update a little bit, man? I don't want it to be as bad as my house, man. You don't want to go all deep, right? We ain't even having sex anymore. She got some covers. You wrap around in the covers and massage your whole body. You orgasm and you go right to sleep. Don't even remember the shit that happened to you. You know? This shit is ridiculous, man. And I'm kind of jealous that y'all get to still have them old-fashioned relationships and wear these old-fashioned suits, you know. Kind of brings back memories. You know, I grew up in a household like that.
That's unfortunate, John. On the flip side, if I'm being honest, guys, I don't know how to use a computer. Like, not at all. I don't have a cell phone. If I needed to look up something, I got to go to the library and find a book. It is tough. That's why I got to get my feet massaged all the time, because I've been walking to the library.
Putting a lot of miles in them harsh bottom shoes can't hurt your feet.
Mm-hmm. They don't have Dr. Scholl's or anything. This is just straight shoe in here.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that, man. Sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. You know, we all have our struggles and, you know, things that we're suffering with. So, you know, John, you know, I would say just tell your wife how you feel. Tell her what you want. Why don't you show her what you want to receive from her? Why don't you set an example? Like show her how would you like to be treated when you come home? Yeah.
Have the man show her. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's just old fashioned enough.
So you think I should take her out to like some old shack and just like prepare a bunch of meals? It's just me and her.
Or you should do it at home.
I don't know. I need to go to an old shack. Like,
we got a lot of technology at home. It's gonna be a lot of distractions. I'm gonna have to like get rid of everything. This woman is like a magnet to electronics and stuff, you know.
We cut to the old shack for both of them.
All right, baby. Making some stew over here.
I was wondering how DoorDash was able to find you out here in these woods. You're cooking this?
I'm cooking this, babe.
Oh.
Got me some stew from what I killed out here in these woods. Chopped it up
with your bare hands.
Found some carrots. You know, they ain't got no water, so I still got the blood on my hands. But I heard this, you know. I just wanted us to have time together, okay? You know, I love you. And I always want you to know that, all right?
You're touching my shoulder, John.
I know. I just, you know, remember this? Remember all of this?
Huh? Yes, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God,
mm-hmm.
John.
Yeah, see?
Oh,
I had to bring you out here. I had to bring you out here for us to do that, you know?
Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me open up my purse and bring my blanket out. I brought my blanket with me. I'm going to wrap up in this. You got me started.
No,
I'm going to put the blanket on. No,
we don't need the blanket.
I'll pass it on to you.
We don't need the blanket. We don't need blanket. I don't want anything electronic out here. This is the woods. There's a moon out there. We don't need no blanket.
Okay, that's fine. All right. I'll put it down. So let's look at that stew. What you got there? What's in that?
I found some raccoon and some squirrel out there. I think that one right there is a groundhog. That little piece of meat right there.
Okay. Let me taste a little bit of this.
Go ahead. Take some of that. Yeah.
I mean, it's okay, but it's missing something.
Missing something?
Maybe a little garlic pepper. Maybe some garlic thyme. You don't have.
We don't have. I use what I could find. This was more about me and you spending quality time than it was about using all of these different infrastructures to make our lives easier, which makes us even more distant. I like our struggles.
What about the recipe, John? What about the recipe? You made a stew without a recipe? You just put stuff together. There's no seasoning.
Listen, some point in human history, people ate damn good food without all the damn seasoning and shit. And we're still around. That means that they spend a lot of their time focusing about how they could season their relationship and their love life versus seasoning all this. We ain't got to have something that tastes spectacular every time our tongue has to touch some food. We could spend that putting our tongues on each other. That's all I'm trying to say, God damn it.
All right. Well,
by the way, I quit my job.
What?
We own this house. I sold the other house. We own this house and all the land around it. This is where we live in. I just wanted to make sure you was cool first. And
I'm not cool. Okay, that's fine, but we'll talk about it. Tell you what, give me my keys. I'm gonna go to the store. I'll just get a few items
key.
to put in the.
There's only one key, and I have the key. We can't lose this key. So I'm gonna need you to stay here. You're the most organized person, and I'm gonna go out and do all the running and making sure that we have everything for the house. Cool? You don't want to be walking out there with bears and stuff, just bears and wolves and shit. Let me deal with it. I could take on, but I need you to stay here. Okay?
Okay. Tell you what. How about I just
Is there something wrong, Dave? I mean,
John, now let's be honest. You think the machines come between us? The machines have created the relationship that we have. Without those machines, we don't have a relationship.
What do you mean?
I mean, I think in this shack, you're going to expect me to sweep. You're going to expect me to cook. You're going to expect me to make love to you. And I'm sorry, I've become too dependent on the machines. I don't know that I can do those things. And I feel like I'm going to fail you. I'm going to fail this relationship.
Suddenly, a Roomba comes in the door. Tandy, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, Roomba.
I'm here to get you out of here.
Yo,
hop on my back. Let's go.
Okay.
What are you doing, Tandy? What are you doing?
I'm riding the Roomba. It's going to take me a while, John. Just shout slowly.
And scene.
Saved by the
Come and save me.